let's dive in. Today we're exploring a topic that's as controversial as it is fascinating. Bill Maher and his ongoing relationship with religion. It's a subject that sparked debates, laughter, and even a bit of outrage over the years. You know Bill Maher, comedian, political commentator, and relentless critic of religion. He's made a career out of challenging the status quo, especially when it comes to faith and belief systems. He's fascinated by faith, especially when it comes to Mormonism. For Bill, it's not just about poking fun. It's about understanding why people believe what they do, even when it seems improbable. Why? Because it's a uniquely American religion, born in the 1800s, with a founder, Joseph Smith, whose life is well documented. Unlike ancient religions shrouded in mystery, Mormonism's origins are recent and traceable. For Bill, Mormonism is like watching a religion form in real time, full of wild stories, golden plates, and angels. It's a living case study in how belief systems are created and spread. He's drawn to the tension between faith and evidence. How can smart, successful people believe something that sounds so unbelievable to outsiders? This question drives much of his comedy and commentary. Bill isn't just mocking, he's probing the nature of belief itself. He wants to know what makes people hold on to ideas, even when faced with facts that seem to contradict them. Mormonism, with its modern origins and detailed history, gives him endless material. The story has everything: angels, ancient battles in America, and a founder whose life was filled with drama and controversy. And let's not forget, a whole extra book of scripture. For someone like Bill, that's an irresistible target for both curiosity and satire. For a comedian, that's gold. The combination of history, mystery, and modern-day belief is a perfect recipe for sharp, thought-provoking humor. Bill uses humor to challenge his audience, hoping they'll question not just Mormonism, but all beliefs. He wants people to laugh, but also to reflect on why they believe what they do. It's his way of getting people to think a little deeper, to look beyond the surface, and maybe, just maybe, to see the world and their beliefs in a new light. Let's dive into the story of the golden plates, at the very heart of Mormonism's origin myth, and a tale that's as mysterious as it is controversial. It's also a favorite punchline for comedian Bill Maher, who never misses a chance to poke fun at its stranger-than-fiction details. According to Joseph Smith, an angel named Moroni appeared to him and revealed the location of these buried golden plates, which supposedly contained a lost record of ancient Americans and a new story about Jesus visiting the New World. But here's the twist. No one else ever really saw these plates with their own eyes. After Smith finished his translation, he claimed the angel took them back to heaven, leaving only his word behind. Smith said he translated the plates by peering into a seer stone placed inside a hat, then dictating the words he saw to a scribe, an unusual method even for the 1800s. Bill Maher loves to highlight the absurdity. If someone today claimed to have secret knowledge from a magical object, we'd probably laugh them off or question their sanity. As for the so-called witnesses, their testimonies are vague at best. Some described seeing the plates in visions or dreams, and many of them eventually left the church or disagreed with Smith. Bill's big question is simple. Why do we give ancient stories a free pass just because they're old, when we'd never accept such wild claims from someone today? For him, a fantastic claim is still a fantastic claim, no matter when, where, or by whom it's made. The age of a story doesn't make it any more believable. So what do Mormons actually believe? Their faith is often misunderstood, and its unique teachings set it apart from other Christian denominations in some pretty striking ways. For starters, their God isn't just a distant, formless spirit. Mormons believe God was once a mortal man, who lived, experienced, and then progressed to divinity. He has a tangible, perfected body of flesh and bone, a concept that's a major departure from mainstream Christianity, where God is usually seen as an all-powerful, invisible spirit. And what about Jesus? According to Mormon belief, after his resurrection, Jesus didn't just ascend to heaven. He made a dramatic visit to the Americas. Here, he taught, healed, and ministered to ancient peoples, who Mormons believe were descendants of Israelites. This story expands the traditional Christian narrative far beyond the Middle East. Central to their faith is the Book of Mormon, which they call another testament of Jesus Christ. It's not just a supplement to the Bible, it's a whole new scripture, chronicling the spiritual journey of ancient American civilizations and their encounters with the divine. At the heart of it all is Joseph Smith. He's not just the founder, he's revered as a modern prophet, chosen to restore what Mormons see as the true church after centuries of spiritual confusion and apostasy. His revelations and teachings are considered just as important as those of biblical prophets. But the story doesn't end with Smith. Mormons believe in a living line of prophets, leaders who continue to receive divine revelations today. This makes their faith dynamic, always open to new guidance and change. This idea of ongoing revelation is a cornerstone of Mormonism, setting it apart from most other Christian groups, which see Scripture as closed and complete. The Church claims to be the one true church on earth, led by prophets who speak for God in the modern world. A bold and exclusive claim. There's something distinctly American about this faith. Its optimism, its belief in new beginnings, and its willingness to reinvent tradition. Mormonism is both a product of its time and a reflection of the American spirit. For Bill, these beliefs are both fascinating and ripe for scrutiny. He's intrigued by how such a recent religion has grown so quickly and boldly. He sees Mormonism as a window into how new religions form, adapt, and evolve in the modern world. How faith can be both ancient and brand new at the same time. And for his audience, it's a chance to see faith from a fresh angle, to question, to learn, and maybe even to understand a little more about what makes American religion so unique. Bill Maher's reaction? Pure skepticism, delivered with a punchline. He jokes about God living near a star called Kolob, so God's an alien, and treats it like sci-fi. He asks, where's the evidence for Jesus in America? No archaeology, no genetics, no proof. Bill highlights Joseph Smith's controversial past, treasure hunting, polygamy, and asks if that should make us question his claims. His point? Religious ideas shouldn't get a free pass from scrutiny. He challenges everyone to apply critical thinking to faith, just like any other big decision. Is the story plausible? Is the source reliable? What's the evidence? Bill's humor is a tool to get people asking those questions for themselves. Mormon history is full of surprises. The Mormon battalion marched nearly 2,000 miles in the Mexican-American War, without fighting a battle. Early Mormons tried to build a utopian city where everything was shared, aiming for perfect equality. The miracle of the gulls is Utah legend seagulls saved pioneer crops from crickets, and the gull is now Utah's state bird. For over a century, black men were banned from the priesthood, a policy reversed only in 1978 by new revelation. These stories show how Mormonism has changed and adapted. Bill sees this as proof that even core doctrines can evolve. For him, it's another reason to keep questioning and keep learning. So why does any of this matter? Bill Maher uses Mormonism to show why critical thinking is essential, especially in a world full of misinformation. His goal isn't to attack, but to encourage curiosity about why we believe what we believe. Understanding someone else's faith can help us understand our own. Bill's style is aggressive, but his message is about intellectual honesty. He wants ideas to stand on their own merit, not just tradition. Questioning can strengthen your faith or open your mind. Either way, you grow. Curiosity is a superpower. It helps us separate fact from fiction. So next time you hear a wild story, channel a little Bill Maher. Ask the tough questions. You might be surprised by what you find.